October Rose, Allentown Fair, 2025. This husband and wife duet of Alan and Leanne were on my list for Music Fest 2025. Unfortunately, it can't be in multiple stages at the same time. Trust me, I've tried. But I saw they were going to be performing Allentown Fair in front of the Agriplex, and I really didn't want to miss their performance. Country music, honestly, really isn't my genre. Kind of more my belated wife's area of expertise. But growing up in the 70s and 80s, I can remember TV shows like Hee Haw, loving Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, and a few other country artists. So I was really curious after reading their bio. After reading their bio for Music Fest, I was really curious about their originals, and trust me, they are pure country, and by that I mean in a more traditional sense. Before the pop, rock, country, overlap of different genres. And seeing those two on stage, thinking more along the lines of, as I mentioned, Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, going back to the earlier stages of country music. Now, this is interesting because I just read the bio on the website, and I remember from their performance at the fair, they come from Pittsburgh in New York City, and actually live they told me they live just outside Nashville right now. Mixing their show, I caught their second set, mixing a combination of originals and cover songs was a great way to not only catch people's attention who were walking by and just, oh wow, or walking into the Agriplex, oh wow, this sounds really cool, but also a great way to highlight what they're really capable of. Music Fest 2025, I finally figured out after years of doing live music reviews that cover music and cover bands are a great way to show the true range of a musician, band, duet, whatever. Originals show what they truly are capable of and who they really are. And over a week later, their one song in between still hits home with me. The song is about, trying to find time for yourself and to spend time with your partner or your friends in between all the craziness of life. And they mentioned about having, I think it was a two-year-old, and trying to balance the day job, the country music, the music, and everything else. And even with myself, I'm trying to find a balance of work between my day job and the media. Forget about even thinking about personal life anymore. Not a complaint. So even for myself, and it made me think of when that song made me think of, okay, when I go to Manhattan, every time I'd usually stop by one of the squares, and it's like, okay, or even when I step outside on the Port Authority on 8th Avenue, close my eyes for a moment, breathe, relax, become part of the city. I can be myself now. So it really hits home with that song, and so can really hit home with a lot of people and really make you kind of like wake up to, okay, I got to make at least a few moments to take some time out for myself. And with their cover songs, I had the pleasure of speaking with them after the show, and they didn't try to do it like the original artists, like a long list of cover bands that we have out, and just in general, they tried to do what I love about a band or a musician whenever they do covers. They try to do it. They try to make it their own. They even did a country version of Billy Joel's song, which I can't remember off the top of my head. So they put their own spin on it. They not necessarily reinvent it. They find kind of like a halfway point between doing it like the original artist and putting their own personal touch into the song. I love their performance. Like I said, country music isn't really my thing. I'm more of a pure rock, to a major extent pop person. But I love their performance, And the way they were on stage, it really made me think back to the 70s and 80s growing up. Like I said, the band, shows like Hee Haw, Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, Eddie Rabbitt is another one. If you have a chance, experience it. Oh, and by the way, I love the way they had conversations with the crowd. They gave us a part of their background, but they also tried to make us feel a part of their show, which is very huge with me as far as just watching and listening a musical performance versus feeling like you're experiencing it and being a part of it. If you have a chance, definitely check out October Rose. I actually can't wait till I come back to Lehigh Valley, or if they're in New York City or Philadelphia, and catch one of their performances, because I'm really curious about the whole, New York City, Pittsburgh, and how the country music, how that evolved with them individually, and also as, not necessarily as a husband and wife, but working together as two highly talented musicians. Michael Phoenix, founder staff, Fire City Illusion. To your family and friends, and I say this all every article, and I mean it from the heart. Please continue to stay safe. Wishing you only the best and much success in your lives.